Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sir Dan, and for today's video I'll be discussing with you about horizontal motion. So in this video we will be solving different word problems that are related to horizontal motion. But before that, let us define what is horizontal motion. When we say horizontal motion, this is a motion where objects move to the right or to the left only, or to the east or to the west only. Okay, yun yung mga motion na tatawagin nating horizontal. So ngayon, to understand and to solve the word problems that we have in this video, we have to learn what are the formulas that we can use to solve the problem. So as you can see here, we have the formula in here. So let's start with the easy formula. Ito, this is S equals D over T. S stands for the speed. When we say speed, it is a scalar quantity that tells how fast the object moves. Kung gaano kabilis gumagalaw yung object. Speed usually expressed by the unit of meter per second. It is sometimes expressed using kilometer per hour, measuring miles per hour, etc. Basta pag sinabi natin speed, it is a combination of two units. The distance, the unit of distance, and the unit of hours, or the unit of time. It's either hour, minute, or second. So yun yung speed. Ang speed ay para din siyang velocity. The difference between speed and velocity is speed is a scalar quantity. Meron siyang magnitude pero walang direction. Pag sinabi nating vector, pag sinabi nating velocity, it is a vector quantity. Vector quantity has magnitude at the same time direction. Like velocity. Ang velocity ay may unit na ganito rin. Parehas lang sila ni speed. So meter per second, kilometer per hour, then miles per hour. Parehas lang sila. Ito yung mga usual na makikita mong unit kapag binanggit ang speed or velocity. Ang velocity ay meron dalawang representation. Pwede siyang magkaroon ng initial velocity, then final velocity. Ang initial velocity, ito yung una niyang speed. Yung final velocity, ito yung pinaka-huli niyang speed. Okay? Kasi final nga. Yung initial velocity and final velocity can also be expressed using the following units. So, itong speed, velocity, initial velocity, and final velocity, pare-parehas lang sila ng unit na ginagamit. So, ito rin pwedeng gamitin ng meter per second, the same with final velocity. Okay? Then also, we also have the unit of distance. Distance can be expressed using the unit of meter, kilometer, miles, feet, inches. Yan yung mga units na makikita natin kapag distance ang given. Then kapag time, alam naman natin, we have the 3 units of time. Could either be hour, minutes, and seconds. Bakit kailangan natin alamin yung mga unit na yan? Kasi yun yung magiging technique natin para malaman kung ano ba yung mga given sa word problem. Then we also have the average velocity. The formula for that is VI is the initial velocity, VF is the final velocity, then i-divide mo lang sa 2 para malaman mo yung average. So this is the formula. Then there is also what we call the acceleration. Acceleration is the change in speed. The speed could either increase or decrease. Okay? Yung acceleration natin, tatawagan natin acceleration yan kapag yung initial velocity mo ay bumilis. Ibig sabihin, umangat yung final velocity. Kapag ang initial velocity mo halimbawa ay 20 meter per second, then ang naging final velocity halimbawa ay naging 30 meter per second. From 20 naging 30, ibig sabihin nagkaroon ka ng acceleration. Pero halimbawa, ang initial velocity mo, ang unang velocity halimbawa ay 10. Then, ang naging final velocity mo ay naging 5 meter per second. Ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ka ng deceleration. What is the difference between the two? Acceleration, bumilis yung speed mo. Deceleration, bumagal naman yung speed mo. This is denoted as letter A. Yung deceleration denoted as negative A. Okay? So now, let's proceed with the formula of acceleration. Small letter A is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time. So, yung mga velocity na yan, basta velocity, ang unit na makikita natin ay itong mga to. Okay, meter per second, kilometer per hour, miles per hour, or minutes, etc. Then, these are the other formulas that we can use to solve the word problems. We have the VF, final velocity equals initial velocity plus acceleration times time. We also have final velocity squared equals initial velocity squared plus 2 times acceleration times distance. Then distance equals initial velocity times time plus 1/2 times acceleration times time squared. So para ma-apply natin yung mga formulas na yan, let's have the word problems and solve it. So this is the first problem we have in here. So let's solve that. Of course, we need to understand first the problem. A car travels 150 kilometers in 6 hours. How fast is the speed of the car? Dito daw sinasabi, merong kotse na nag-travel ng gaano kalayo? 150 sa ilang oras? 6. Ang tinatanong, gaano daw kabilis yung kotse? So, ang proseso ng pag-solve dito, you have to write down first the given. Malalaman mo yung given, depende sa unit na ginamit. So, ang mga given, posibleng speed ba yun, distance ba yun, time ba yun, initial velocity ba yun, final velocity, pwede rin namang acceleration. So, para malaman natin, let's proceed with the first given. Nakalagay dito ay 150 kilometers. So, since ang unit ay kilometers, wala siyang over seconds or over hour, kilometer lang mismo. Ibig sabihin, that given is distance. So, distance, again natin D, 150. Next, we also have here 6. Ang unit ay hours. Since hours lang yan, ang given natin ay time. Time is equal to 6. So, ito ay kilometer, ito ay hour. So, next, wala tayong ibang given. Ang tinatanong, how fast is the speed? Speed ang hinahanap. So, si S, lagyan natin ng question mark. Then, hanapin natin yung formula na pwede natin gamitin for S. So, dito, wala namang S dito. So, ito lang yun. So, S is equal to D over T. Yung formula na gagamitin natin ay S equals distance over time. So, para masagutan natin yan, let's substitute the given. So, angat natin dito yan. So, S equals distance is 150 divided by 6. 150 kilometers yan. Then 6 is R. So, i-divide lang natin sila. So, lagay natin 150 divided by 6. So, equal sign natin yan. That is equal to 25. So, the speed is equal to 25. Then, since speed na yan, ang unit ng speed natin ay ganito. It's either meter per second, kilometer per hour, miles per hour. Yan ang speed natin. So, dito, since ito yung mga units, ang lalagay mong unit, final unit natin ay kilometer per hour. So, that is the final answer. And that is your answer for number 1 word problem. Next, Let's have the second problem. Let's have this. A truck speed increase uniformly from 20 meters per second to 46 meters per second in 20 seconds. So, una, alamin natin yung mga given. So, what are the given? Underline natin si 20 meter per second, si 46 meter per second, then we also have 20 seconds. Ngayon, kung papansin nyo, yung 20, may unit siya na meter per second. Ang meter per second na yan ay speed unit or velocity unit. Kapag meron kayo nakitang dalawang magkaparehas na ganyan, kunyari parehas na meter per second gaya nito, or parehas na kilometer per hour, basta parehas sila ng unit, ibig sabihin ay meron tayong initial velocity tsaka final velocity. Kasi ang VI at VF ay parehas lang ng unit. Okay? So dito, sinabi at track speed increase, tumaas, umangat, nadagdagan ng bilis. Mula daw from, so pag from, siya yung initial. Pag may word na from, siya yung initial. So from 20 meter per second, siya yung initial velocity, then your final velocity would be 46 meter per second. Yan yung mga given natin. Then we also have 20 seconds. So 20 seconds is the unit of time. So time yung given, lagay mo 20 seconds. So yun na yung mga given natin. So paano natin mahanap yung mga pinapahanap sa atin? Letter A is the average speed. So look for the formula to get the average speed. Average speed ay ito yon. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, speed at velocity ay parehas lang. Okay? So parehas na silang formula. Average velocity, yan yung gagamitin natin dito. So isolve natin formula. Copy natin to. Average velocity or average speed, parehas lang yon. That is equal to VI plus VF divided by 2. Okay? So ngayon, to get the average speed, copy na VI, palitan natin. VI is equal to 20. Okay? So angat ko lang to, baka din nakita. 20. And then kahit wag natin lagay muna yung mga unit. Okay, sa dulo na tayo maglalagay ng unit. So, VF naman, plus tayo. The VF is 46. Then, divided by 2. Yes, sir. Saan po ginamit yung 20 seconds? Hindi natin siya kailangan for now. Kasi, ang hinahanap lang naman natin ay average velocity. At sa formula natin, hindi kailangan ng time. Kaya hindi mo ilalagay sa 20 seconds. Okay, so, i-compute natin yan. So, pag nilagay sa calculator to, lagay nyo ng parenthesis to, yung taas. So, lagay natin parenthesis, 20 plus 46, close parenthesis, then divided by 2. The answer is 33. Since ito yung average velocity, yan ay velocity pa rin naman, ang unit na ilalagay mo ay meter per second. So that is the answer for letter A. What about letter B? Ang pinapahanap, acceleration. So let's have another sheet of paper. Now, let's look for acceleration. The formula is this. Itong A. Yan yung acceleration natin. So we have the formula VF minus VI all over T. So ngayon, formula na gagamitin. Same given pa rin tayo. Ito pa rin mga given natin. So we have VF, acceleration is equal to VF minus VI over T. So ngayon, acceleration equals final velocity, look for the given, that is 46. Ito yon, final velocity. Minus initial velocity, ito naman yon, 20. Kung napapansin nyo, hindi ko na nilalagay meter per second kasi Ang importante naman yung unit ng final answer natin. All over, nakalagay time, this time you'll be using the unit, the given of time, which is 20. Okay, then acceleration is equal to, lagay ng parenthesis to, then lagay sa calculator, 46 minus 20, close parenthesis, divided by 20, that is equal to 1.3. Then, ano ang unit na gagamitin natin? Ano ba ang itsura ng unit ng acceleration? So, tignan nyo kanina, ang unit ng acceleration ay wait lang, wala tayo dito. So, the unit of acceleration is meter. Since meter yung ginamit, then over seconds. Pero pag acceleration, nagkakaroon tayo ng square dito. Okay? So, that is meter per second squared. Yan ang acceleration. Kailangan may squared yung ilalim. Kasi ganun ang acceleration. So, we're done in letter A and letter B. So, let's proceed with letter C. Ang pinapahanap is the distance covered. So, ang pinapahanap naman ngayon ay yung distance. So, let's look for the formula of the distance. Ngayon, class, kapag may VF, may VF tsaka may VI, titingin ka ng formula mo dito sa other formula kasi yun yung may mga VF tsaka VI. So, since may unit ka na VI tsaka VF, may given kang VI tsaka VF dito tayo titingin ng formula na gagamitin natin to compute for the distance covered. So, kailangan natin mas malaking papel dyan. So, ngayon, let's proceed to the computation of distance covered. So, what do you think is the formula to be used? So, since distance naman, class, hanapin mo dito yung may letter D. So, kung makikita nyo, ito, yung unang formula, walang letter D, you cannot use this. Then, the second formula, merong D. So, pwede mong gamitin to compute for the distance covered. Ito rin naman may D. Pwede mo rin gamitin to. So, pwedeng mamili ka sa dalawa. It depends upon your given also. Kasi ito, magagamit mo lang to kapag meron kang VF. Meron naman tayong VF kanina. May VI din tayo. May acceleration. Ito yun. Nakuha natin kanina. Pwede mong gamitin to. Kasi same problem lang naman sila na pinagmulan. So, ngayon, pwede natin gamitin to. Itong D also. So, gamitin natin tong huling formula. Pwede rin naman to. Pero ito na lang tayo. So, distance equals. Yung VI natin, yung kaninang VI, ito yun, 20 meter per second. So, lagay lang dito. VI is 20 meter per second. Then, the time, times time tayo. Lagay tayo ng parenthesis. The time is 20 also. Plus 1/2. Then, times acceleration. Yung acceleration yung nakuha natin kanina, which is 1.3. And then, the time also, 20 yan. Ito yan, time 20. Then, may raise to yung time. Then, lagay lang natin sa calculator ng isang press lang tayo. Tandaan nyo, what you see is what you will press on the calculator. Una, 20. Lagay natin 20. Proceed with times 20, parenthesis, 20, close, plus, lagay mo yung 1/2. Ang 1/2 dito sa bulok kong calculator, ang ilalagay nyo ay itong 1. Okay. Pag bulok ang calculator, dagdagan mo ng parenthesis to. Pero pagka maganda calculator mo, isang pindutan ka na lang dyan. So, lagay natin ng parenthesis, plus, then parenthesis, 1. Then, ito yung ABC na to. Yan ang gagamitin ko for over. Or pwede rin namang divide. So, gamitin ko to, over 2, parenthesis. Then, another parenthesis, 1.3. The acceleration, close parenthesis, then another parenthesis ulit for 20, then close parenthesis, raised to 2, pwede kong gamitin tong x squared dito, then equal sign, that is equal to, tignan nyo yung sagot, 660. So, ito ay distance. Ano ang unit ng distance? So, tingin ka lang dito. Ito, since meter ang ginamit dyan, yun yung gagamitin mo meter. Hindi pwedeng kilometer kasi sa given mo wala namang kilometer. Hindi mo rin pwedeng lagyan ng over ng meter per second kasi distance lang yan, hindi naman siya velocity. Okay, hindi mo pwedeng lagyan ng square dito kasi hindi naman siya acceleration. Distance lang. So that is the answer for this question, the distance covered. So we're done with this problem. Let us proceed with the last. And actually, second to the last. So next we have this problem. A motorbike starting from rest is accelerating uniformly at 3.5 meter per second squared. Then we need to find out the velocity after 5 seconds and the distance traveled. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin ay ganito. Let's have the given. Ang given natin ay, okay, a motorbike starting from rest. Take note of this. Pag meron kayo nakitang word na rest, bilugan niya yan. Kasi mahalaga yan sa problem. Pag sinabing rest, yan ay may value. Ibig sabihin yan ay yung initial velocity mo daw ay 0. Yung rest na yan sa word problem ng horizontal motion ay may ibig sabihin. Yun yung initial velocity is equal to 0. So automatically meron ka ng given dito, 0. Yung initial velocity. Automatic. Accelerating uniformly at 3.5 meter per second squared. The unit is meter per second squared. Yung unit na yan ay pang acceleration. So, lagay mo acceleration is 3.5. Baka kasi ma-misinterpret ninyo na yung 3.5 ay velocity. Velocity yan kapag seconds lang to. Eh, may squared yan, kaya acceleration yan. Okay? So, solve natin si A. Velocity after 5 seconds. So, hinahanap yung velocity. Sinong velocity? Okay? It's either initial velocity or final velocity. Pero since may initial velocity ka na, ang hahanapin mo ay final velocity. Yung velocity na to ay VF. Then, after 5 seconds, may dinagdag na given. Lagay natin dito. Seconds, ibig sabihin yan ay time. Lagay mo 5 seconds. Next, look for VF. So, hanapin yung VF. Gamit na tayo ng formula nito. Okay, bakit ito gagamitin yung formula? Kasi meron kang VI tsaka VF. Okay? So, analyze natin. Ang hinahanap ay VF. So, you can use this. Then, you can also use this. Kasi may VF to eh. Ito, wala naman tong VF. So, wala kang mapapala dito. So, dito, kapag gagamitin mo yung formula na to, kailangan mo ng VI. May VI tayo, 0. May acceleration, then may time. So, ito na yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, we have VF equals, pinakopya ko lang to, VI 0, lagay ko 0, plus, acceleration ay 3.5. The time, multiplication yung times tayo dito, lagay na parenthesis, the time is 5. So, VF is equal to, lagay lang sa calculator to, we have 0 plus 3.5 parenthesis 5 close parenthesis equals, we have 17.5. Ano ang unit nito? Since ito ay velocity, final velocity, ang gagamitin mong unit ay parang ganito, meter per second, pero tatanggalin mo yung squared kasi pang acceleration yung may squared. So, meter per second lang. Hindi pwedeng kilometer kasi wala namang kilometer dito. Hindi rin pwedeng seconds lang kasi final velocity, hindi naman time. So, this is your answer in letter A. What about letter B? Distance traveled. So, ngayon, sagutin natin yung letter B. Ang pinapahanap sa atin ay distance. So, the distance traveled So, let's have this. So, dito na tayo mag-solve. The distance traveled, so di ang kailangan natin, equals, so pwede tayo ulit pumili dito ng formula. Distance traveled natin ay, ito, yung D, dapat na may D. So, pwedeng ito, pwede rin ito. So, kung ito yung gagamitin mo, dapat i-check mo lahat. May VF ka ba? Meron ka bang final velocity? Since meron ka na kanina, yung nakuha mo, so approve yan. Yung VI, meron ka ba kanina? Meron din. May acceleration, so pwede mong gamitin to. Then ito, distance din naman to. May VI ka rin, may time, may acceleration, may time din. So, pwede rin ito. So, ginamit na natin to kanina. Try naman natin itong pangalawa. Kung gagana rin siya. So, distance ang hinahanap. Copy mo yung VF. The VF is 17.5. 0.5 squared. Lagay mo ng squared. Equals. Yung VI natin, 0. So, 0 squared. Next, plus. Yung 2 natin, kopya lang. Acceleration, parenthesis. Acceleration is here, 3.5. Then, yung distance, kopya mo lang. Kasi yan yung hinahanap mo. Wala kang may lalagay dyan. So, isolve natin to. Ang una, solve mo muna to. So, 17. Lagay mo lang sa calculator. 17.5 raised to 2 is equal to 306.25. 306.25 equals, yung 0 squared, pwede mo na i-cancel yan. Okay, next is 2 times 3.5. So, lagay mo 2 times 3.5. That is equal to 7. So, lagay mo 7 equals, then 7 na kagad. Then, lagay mo yung D. Since D yung kailangan natin, kailangan alisin si 7. So, si 7, i-divide both sides natin. Cancel tong 7, matitira ay D. So, siguro lagyan natin dito. Copy natin, 306.25 equals 7D. Cancel equals, si D, ayan na yung sagot natin. Di-divide na lang natin itong dalawa. 306 divided by, 306.25 divided by 7. The answer is 43.75. So, this is the distance traveled. Yan yung hinahanap sa letter B.